Hey guys, today's class is going to be a joint loosening, tension relieving class. So we're not going to be doing much flowy vinyasa work. We'll just be working with the different joints, trying to loosen them all out to help speed up some recovery or help your body just to relieve some tension before you take some long and well-deserved rest. So you might want to bring a block or a pillow. Apart from that, I'll see you in a moment on the mat. Let's start today in a comfortable seated position. So shins can be crossed or one foot in front of the other. Bring your hands anywhere along your legs. Close your eyes and start to bring your head above your heart and what feels as if your heart is above your hips. Breathing in and out through the nose and starting to notice any sounds that are happening outside this room. So anywhere outside, we're not labeling the sounds, we're just noticing anything that's going on. And start to notice where your sit bones are in contact with the ground and where your legs are in contact with the ground. Start to notice any sounds that are happening within the room. And then start to notice the sound of your breath through your nostrils and the sensations. Bringing ourselves onto the mat, to this present moment. Usually we're physically on the mat, but our head is somewhere else. And a good technique to bring ourselves here is through breathing. Let's start with some ujjayi breathing. So we're inhaling through the nose, and then as you exhale, open the mouth and bring your hand in front of your face. So you're fogging up a mirror in front of your face. Okay, you need to try it with me. Inhaling through the nose. Open out, fog out that mirror. You can feel the heat on your hand. Okay, on your next inhale, lower the hand down. Draw breath through the nose. Seal the lips and continue to keep that constriction in the back of the throat, but breathe through the nose. Essentially, this traps in heat that we would let go or let out through our exhales normally, and warms our muscles and facilitates a safe practice. So that's what we mean by when we refer to ujjayi breathing in a yoga class. And notice where the breath is flowing in naturally in the chest. And start to notice any areas that the breath isn't flowing to. Allow the breath to soften the jaw, soften the forehead, soften the shoulders just so slightly. We'll maintain this ujjayi breath throughout the practice. And breath practice is a practice in itself, so if you find yourself losing connection, then the key is to just remind yourself and jump back in. And if it feels uncomfortable, then ease off a bit and then try again a little more later. The point is we keep trying and building that connection. And not beating ourselves up if we lose it. So imagine your nose as if it's a marker and there's a dot right in front of you and you're drawing a circle around the dot. So the teeny tiniest circle drawn by your nose. Okay, and then start to open out the circles, make it a little bit bigger. Getting some movement into this neck and head. And start to make your circles a bit bigger. Noticing the sensations on the upper body. And allow the circles to get bigger and bigger as long as the neck feels supported. Keeping steady and slow even when the movement gets big. As you arrive in the biggest circle, draw it a couple times and then start to reverse the direction. So for this direction, we're starting big, and with the same pace, we're slowly honing in back to that dot. So I like to do these exercises in this class when I've had some kind of intensive day and I'm not really in the mood for some restorative flows. I just want to loosen out the joints. And I find that a little bit of movement always helps with easing into some well-deserved rest. Make your circles even smaller. And now to the point where you're drawing a circle around that single point. Okay, let's pause that here. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Then bring your right hand up and over and just gently place it on the top of the head. Okay, so our neck is quite a vulnerable area, so we don't want to be dragging our head down. We're just using the weight of the hand to increase this stretch. Bring your left hand out to the left side of the hip and walk your fingers away from you. Feel that stretch from your fingertips up to your head. Breathing all along the neck. Allow the breath to just dissolve any tension away here. Lift your hand off your head and then bring your chin towards your chest and the hand back onto the head. Feeling a different stretch here. Release the hand from the head, bring the head back to center, and then left ear to left shoulder, left hand up and over. Right fingertips up to the side, and walk your fingers over, away from your hips. Again, the hand on the head is just resting there, not pulling or dragging. And breathe along this right side of the body, of the neck. Walk your fingers back, release the hand from the head, head back through center, and start to draw some circles with your shoulders. So as you inhale, bring your shoulders forwards, up, back, shoulder blades together, and down. So one circle should take an entire breath cycle. matching breath with the movement. This is quite good if you've been sitting in front of your computer or laptop or any other device. You've been typing hard away. We tend to round forwards. So this is quite good to just open out the front of the body, loosen out the shoulders. Might get some pops or cracks, perfectly natural, enjoy them. I personally love a good cracking of the bones. That's what I was meant to say. Okay, let's reverse that direction. So as you inhale, bring your shoulder blades together, shoulder heads up towards the ears, round forwards and down as you exhale. Let the breath guide the movement. Okay, one more roll back down. You can gently open your eyes if they're not already. Bring your arms out to the side. So about shoulders height. Fingers are reaching up to the side, and then we're going to turn our palms to face up. Biceps come up, triceps come down. So this is an external rotation. And then reverse it. So the palms are turning around and facing maybe the back of the mat or the back of the room. Biceps down, triceps come up, and then switch. So we're internally and externally rotating our hands or our arms and feeling any sensations along there. So fingertips are reaching out to the side as we're spinning our arms round, working along this shoulder joint, which is the most mobile joint of our body, our ball and socket joint. Okay, let's do a few more of these. You might start to feel it in the shoulders. When we start to feel this ache, just keep breathing. Okay, let's bring the palms of the hands to face forwards. Press the back of the hands back as you inhale, opening out the chest, lifting the chin ever so slightly. As you exhale, bring your palms together in front of you. Belly comes in towards the spine. Chin towards chest, rounding the spine. Inhale, open out. Palms press back, chin up. Exhale, belly in. As you come down, inhale. Get big. Exhale, round and get small. Let's do a few more of these according to your own breath. Opening out the chest and also the back at the same time. And if you're feeling it in the shoulders, then you can bring your hands onto your shins and use that as a leverage to pull yourself forwards, and also when you rock back. Let's do one more. And then bring ourselves back through a neutral seated position. Bring your hands out in front of you and open out your hands like a starfish and close them really tight. Open them out and close them. Keep doing that. Let's keep repeating that. So we're working from head down to loosen out every single joint that we have, or most of the joints that we have. And the hands typically don't get so much weight on them throughout our day-to-day lives, so This is good as a tension relieving exercise, but it's also good to warm up your hands through this, open and closing the hands. Make a fist with your hands and then start to roll them in one direction. Going slow and feeling all the different sensations in the back of the hand, along the wrists, forearms, and let's reverse it. So reverse the direction and breathe, keeping that ujjayi breath. Let's bring the left hand forward, so palm face up. This is the external rotation. And then point the fingers down, pull the left shoulder back as you press the palm forwards. Using your right fingers, just gently pull the left fingertips or fingers back. Pressing the palm forwards, pulling the shoulder back, and feeling the sensations along the arm. Okay, and just gently release that to the right hand. So palm face up in front of you, then point the fingers down, pull the right shoulder back as you press the palm forwards using the left fingers. Just gently pull the fingers back, stretching out the forearms. Feel the sensations anywhere else as well. Okay, let's slowly release that. Working into our hips now. So bring your right foot closer to your pubic bone. And then your right hand comes onto the outer edge of your left foot. Left hand, left knee. And slightly flex that left foot and start to draw circles with your hip. So we're gently flexing the foot to protect the knee and making sure that the rotation is coming entirely from the hip. And also using our left hand to support the knee as well. Knee injuries can be quite expensive to fix and also take a long time to recover. So we want to protect the knee. That's why people or teachers try to emphasize, in tree pose, you should always be pressing your foot above or below the knee joints because you don't want to be pressing weight against that knee. Okay, you might want to bring your knee into your left elbow crease if that's available to you. And if you can or want to, you can bring your foot into the right elbow crease as well. And this kind of limits the range of motion, but also makes it a little bit deeper and more intense. So it's as if we're holding a baby, cradling a baby, and just rock it side to side. I don't ever want to shake a baby. So be gentle with your hip. Okay, let's slowly release as if you're holding a baby. Lower it down to the ground. And the other side, so left foot comes closer towards the pubic bone, left hand, right foot, and right knee, right hand. And rotate, slight flex in the right foot as you loosen out that hip. And see how that feels as well along the hip. Maybe that will influence some sensations in the low back as well. Yeah, it's doing that for me. Good sensations. And then you can take it a little bit deeper if you want by bringing your knee into your elbow, or even your foot into your elbow as well. So that does limit the range, the range of movement. So you can always come back out and just play with this. And we're keeping our spine straight, so we're not rounding to rock this baby. It's quite exhausting being in this rounded position, so we're bringing our chest up, broadening the collarbones. Okay, let's lower the foot down and we'll shift into a tabletop position. So just roll forwards, transition over, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Okay, so looking back, the shins are parallel to each other, tops of the feet are pressing into the ground, and then start to lower your elbow to where your hands would be. So your forearms are down on the ground. Let's press into the fingertips, press into the knuckles, pressing into the elbows. Start to straighten the right foot behind us and rock forwards and backwards, okay? Waking up the back of the legs, you can feel the ankle, maybe pop. Okay, and then bringing the heel over the ball of the foot, you can take a beat back to make sure that's happening. And then shift your hips over towards the left and shift your hips over towards the right. So we're rolling along the ball of our foot and getting into the hips a little bit more. Shift side to side. Also have a little bit of a twist in the upper back. So we want to keep the forearms and the shoulders static where they are. And the movement is coming from below the upper back. Bring your belly button into the spine, as that will protect your lower body as you twist. And then let's come back through center, bringing your knees underneath your hips, straighten your left foot out behind you, rock forwards and backwards. Okay. And coming forwards, heel over ball of feet, and then rock your hips over towards the right, and then left. Rolling along the ball of the left foot, the balls of the left foot, as we shift our hips side to side. Let's bring it back through center, both knees down, and then bring them as wide as the mat, big toes to touch, and bring your hips back towards your heels as a transition into a extended child's pose. Pressing your hands into the ground as you inhale, shift your shoulders and hips over towards the right, coming forwards, and then as you exhale, belly in as your shoulders and hips come to the left and back down. Inhale, making a circle round and forwards as you exhale to the left and back down. Let's keep going in this direction. And you can take this opportunity to pause anywhere you like and work out any kinks you might have there. And get into any nooks and crannies with the hips and the shoulders. This is probably one of my favorite things to do. So it opens out the hips and really gets into all parts of the spine. Okay, and let's pause at the bottom as we complete our exhale. Inhale, shift over towards the left and forwards, and then exhale to the side and back down. Inhale, exhale, and we keep going according to our own breath. Pausing anywhere that we need to and ironing out everything that we need to there. Okay. Well, let's do one more cycle, meeting in an extended child's pose. Then shift our hips forwards, cross the ankles, and let's come back into a comfortable seat. Bring in our feet in front of us, so outer edges of the feet are touching, and using our hands to open out our feet like a book. So knees are dropping outwards. You can start to massage the feet, pressing into the toes, pressing into the balls of the feet, the outer arches and the inner arches, the heels, and get around the ankles as well. And then start to make fists and just knock along your calves and then your thighs, your outer thighs, your outer hips. And then let's go to the other leg, looking on the shins, the calves, relieving some tension there. Okay, and then onto the thighs, inner thighs, tops of the thighs, outer hips. Okay, and then let's cross our shins again. And I like to just tap on the chest space a bit. So along the sternum, which is the joint right down the middle. That's where all the ribs knit towards each other. So I like to just tap along there a bit, maybe get up to the throats. Okay. And then start knocking a little bit further out, so a little bit off center on either side. Should feel really nice just to tap away here and then just get it out a little bit further, maybe making some circles, getting back up to the throat a bit. Okay, and then relax your hand down. Coming into our final thing, which is Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So the left hand, bring your index finger and your thumb together and the three fingers to point away. Just bring that hand on top of your knee. We'll be breathing in and out through our left and right nostril, and we'll be bringing the first, so the index finger and middle finger towards the hand, and we'll be blocking the left nostril with our ring finger and our right nostril with our thumb. So this variation of Nadi Shodhana will be even on the inhale, holding on the inhale, exhale, and then holding on the exhale. So I think people have called it square breathing. So inhale to the count of, well, let's say 5, holding for the count of 5, exhaling for the count of 5, and then holding for the count of 5. So let's do a few rounds. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. Blocking the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Close both nostrils. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the left. 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 4, 5. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the left. And let's do one round according to your own count. Once you complete your exhale along the left nostril, lower your hands down and breathe through both nostrils. The Nadi Shodhana pranayama technique really helps even out any imbalances that you're feeling. You can stay here in a seated meditation, or you're welcome to come down into a Shavasana position, lying down on your back, palms facing up, feet wide and splayed out. And take one closing breath together, inhaling through the nose, and then open the mouth side out. Thank you so much for practicing today with me, and thank yourself for taking the time to take care of your body. I hope to see you next time. Namaste.